Just up. So where does the engineering profession in India stand in terms of prestige, privilege and power in comparison to the other advanced countries in the world?
Engineering profession in India stands somewhere in between. While we have cases of power, prestige and placement, but when looking at government setup, we find engineers are not that powerful as they should be. And we want to raise this point vehemently so that engineers get their respect, their regard, their due. And in the context of professional achievement, engineers are Indian engineers, are second to none, and they can do the same thing as the Western engineers are doing. And as a matter of fact, engineers who have gone abroad, who are working in the United States, UK, are excellent. They are performing much more than what they would do here because of availability of opportunities in those countries. So, engineer, when in India, he is not considered best, and when the same engineer works in the United States or UK or France for that matter and is considered best. This is the dilemma of our engineering education in the country.
So what has led to such a huge gulf of status between generalized bureaucrats and specialist technocrats in India?
This is another problem that we are confronted with. Engineers should have occupied the same position in the technical ministries which they are working for, but they have not done. They have not got the same wherewithal in these ministries. Bureaucrats are always at the helm and technocrats are always at the subordination state. This is the dilemma. This is the crux. And engineers, by this situation, are squeezing themselves and do not find themselves worthy of, because they feel that though they have all the necessities, all the capabilities, all the competences, as well as professional experience to occupy the positions which bureaucrats do, but they are not given that position. And there is no service as such. And Indian Railway Service is there, but that is also for technical management of the technical things, not management of the general things. So there is no virtually service for us. And I have been working in engineering as an engineer in the Planning Commission and in the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of this industry. So I found that I was always at the receiving end rather than at the master's end.
So what has been the reason behind all this?
Reason has been that we have not recognized engineers as administrators, though they are working also for similar jobs, but they have been confined themselves to, they have been confined themselves to this specific jobs. Therefore, they are not journalists.
So we carried out a small study in our last issue, which proved that there are 1 out of every 5 IS officers is an engineer, and we did this
Yes.
this kind of an understanding.
Now,
like
this has proved beyond doubt
Hmm.
that engineers are not, as I have said, second to none. They are not. When they were allowed, they took interest in going to the civil services. Of course, this is at a cost to the nation. They are proving much better than the bureaucrats, much better than the people from the other sectors. So this is showing that engineers are excellent, and they are therefore worthy of the qualifications that they have. And if they are given this responsibility of managing the bureaucracy, they can do that well.
So how does the Engineering Council of India propose to alleviate this the pride, prestige and privilege of the engineers?
Engineering Council of India is concentrating on 2 things. First is regulatory mechanism for engineers. Engineers, like doctors, unlike doctors, unlike chartered accountants, unlike company secretaries, unlike nurses, are not registered, are not regulated.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore there is no legal status of a professional to an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
If an engineer claims from the rooftops that I am a professional, I am a professional, I am a professional, he will not be recognized by law. Since there is no regulatory mechanism, there is no Engineers Act in position at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So we are, since our incorporation as the council, have been working on this issue, and now we have prepared a draft, consensus draft of the engineers bill. It has been submitted to the Ministry of HRD, and the Ministry of HRD has circulated twice this bill, and after circulation, now it is getting final this touches to go to the cabinet, and I am hopeful that winter session we will be able to get this engineers bill through.
So you said one is
And
the
second,
regulation. Yeah.
Second is the professional, the promotion of profession as such. Now, in this case, we find presently Indian engineers, most of them, exceptions are there, and exceptions will be there. But general things when we consider, we find engineers unemployed. So engineering education, what has happened to this engineering education which produces engineers, unemployable engineers? And we have therefore thought over this and launched 7 conventions for engineering education reform. 7 conventions and 1 round table. And round table was conducted during this September at Delhi. And now we have formed we have got recommendations that what should we do. And first recommendation was that we should have common entrance test. And second recommendation was that we should have seamless engineering as far as possible. We should have a seamless engineering or branch specific engineering. We should move out of this domain specific engineering to market driven engineering, or domain to market driven engineering, to sector specific engineering. And therefore we should have new branches which will lead to this. For example, construction industry. A civil engineer is mostly considered to be construction engineer. But is it a fact that is a construction engineer? No. Construction engineer should be little bit of electrical, little bit of mechanical, little bit of civil, and little bit of materials and metallurgy. Then he should also have electronics, little bit of electronics, and then arbitration, then contract management, then this dispute resolution, and then nitty-gritties of handling labor and things like that. The construction engineer is more like a manager and engineer manager. So we should produce engineer managers instead of producing civil engineers as construction engineers. We should have a construction engineering, BE construction. So that branch which will give me construction engineers is called the construction engineer, BE construction. So these two universities are developing this. One is in Odisha and another is here. They are doing this. I mean, they are developing this course, and this will be a 4 years course. And similarly, then we should move out other sectors. For example, hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon can take care of oil exploration, well formation, oil development, oil production, then oil refining, then afterwards then petrochemicals, then production of other chemicals and production of chapel. Whole domain is there of oil. So this can be called a hydrocarbon engineer, and he will also have to read metallurgy and mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering, chemical engineering, things like that, and management and communication and things like that. I mean, this is called the branch specific. Now here we can have one engineer doing all this instead of 10 engineers. Similarly, we can have one engineer producing aluminium, producing steel, producing non-ferrous metals, doing other metallurgical jobs. So we have taken up this subject, and we have gone through the 7 conventions, 1 round table and whatnot, and hopefully things will start, moving in this direction.
Okay. So what, in your opinion, is the scope and expanse of engineering services in India in times to come? And what can differentiate
Sky is the limit. Sky is the limit.
Okay.
Because Indian industry is poised to grow at more than 12%, more than 13%. And with this growth, presently the growth is low.
Mm-hmm.
But growth, if it picks up, we need more engineers.
So, but there has been a concern from policy planners, like today we have 14.54 lakh installed engineering seats across 4,500 engineering colleges. So people are saying that the profession has reached its zenith. How do you like to comment on that?
Presently what we have, what you say we have? 4,000.
14.54 lakh installed seats of engineering.
4 lakhs.
14 lakhs.
14 lakhs.
14.5 lakhs.
That is 14.5 lakhs a year.
Year.
In India.
Yeah. That's the installed capacity we have got.
That is, I think that is exaggerated fact. Have we got this many seats? If I have got, we have got 6,000 colleges.
4,500 colleges.
4,500 colleges multiplied by 400 total branches, total students intake every year.
20 lakh.
4 lakh, 4,000 plus 400. So
16 lakh.
16 lakhs.
Per year.
That's too much. We must.
Okay.
We must. What we need engineers. We need engineers. Then we can get it from the existing capacity, and we should not create more capacity.
Okay. So, what can differentiate the Indian engineers on the global forefront? Like,
this is in the global forefront. Our engineers can be distinguished only based on performance, based on competence or professional competence, and that's why we are bringing in now Washington Accord. Under the purview of Washington Accord, our degrees will be recognized, and those degrees which will not be recognized, will be fall through. And second thing, engineering mobility firm that will assess the Indian professional engineering experience. So with these two, and Indian engineers will definitely be poised to match the world, provided Washington Accord recognizes its degree and professional experience is also recognized by the engineering mobility firm. Of course, there is a continuity of professional development required for these two things, and that should be done. That should be done by every engineer if he wants to be in that band.
So what's the blueprint you have kept for Engineering Council of India for the next 3 years?
Now, next 3 years, yeah. So we will continue with this seamless engineering or reform engineering education. Many more programs will be launched on this. And second thing is, after engineers bill is passed and this registration starts, and then our one job will be over by and large. That means that we will have more time for other jobs. For example, education front, to take this engineering education to that height where we produce seamless or sector specific engineering, and it will be a hard nut to crack because experience sets in, things get set in, but we have to change the things, and every change will bring in resistance, and we have to therefore cull out this resistance and take on the engineering profession on the growth path, on the development, on this reform path, so that we get the reform complete.
So what are the 3 biggest challenges you are facing in your mission and mandate?
Mission to magnate is this: engineers themselves are, creating hurdles. That is the one big challenge. Second challenge is that it is not getting into the mind of engineers what we mean by reform. Third thing is that the professional bodies of engineers are not understanding that they have to raise their voice. They have to raise their voice through apex body, through apex voice, and therefore they should support the endeavors that we are doing. Because, for example, the bureaucracy, bureaucracy, that engineers voice can be heard if we present this as a common voice of engineers. That's what we are finding difficult at the moment, but then it is there. We have to be out.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.